Cosmology is a mind-bending topic, even without delving into the depths of the physics and mathematics behind our theories. The cosmology school opened the door to the pits of how far our theories can take us, and how much we have yet to find out. Each day was filled to the brim with physics that was just beyond my understanding, which worked to introduce intriguing ideas that followed on from what I already knew, and broaden my horizons by leaping into the very limits of where new theories take us. The subject of primordial gravitational waves was the topic of one of the lectures, diving into the stochastic gravitational wave background, analogous to the cosmic microwave background, but for gravitational waves. This background is said to be stochastic because it may be sourced from the random processes in the primordial universe, or because the sources are unresolved and indistinguishable, creating an ocean of perturbations in space-time. When we measure the stochastic background, we can make use of it to probe the inflationary era before the emission of the cosmic microwave background. Also covered in this talk were the limits of our ground-based and future orbital detectors with which the stochastic background might be detected. It is truly incredible to think about how we have been able to detect gravitational waves at all with LIGO, Virgo and Kagra, which paved the way towards more advanced experiments like LISA and TAIGI. The longer baselines of the space-based detectors altered the detection range to frequencies untapped by the ground-based detectors, making different gravitational wave sources visible to us, so to speak. One remark from the lecture that really surprised me regarded the measurements of gravitational waves sourced in the Milky Way, and how physicists in the field want to measure it so it can be removed to see what's going on behind the galaxy. We'll have to wait more than a decade for any data from the space-based detectors to start coming in, but it's an exciting time nonetheless. After a hardcore day of theoretical physics, there were talks regarding science communication through scientific journals and the media, as well as diversity in scientific fields. As a student, I continuously hear how important scientific communication is, but the talks on this matter were interactive and refreshing, with tips and advice that are easy to put into practice while maintaining sophistication and improving the understandability and conciseness of the written or spoken text. One of the funnier, but still genuinely useful recommendations from one of the lecturers was to take off your glasses when you give a presentation, if you are lucky enough to need glasses in the first place, of course. Another of the talks focused on working in a global, multicultural, and generally diverse environment. Unfortunately, it is still very likely that minority populations will continue to face some sort of discrimination in science for a while, considering that tolerance and acceptance move into physics workspaces slower than the movement of the actual physicists. This incredibly human lecture acted as a reminder to above all be kind, because physics, as wonderful and intricate as it is by itself, is still contained within a society. Overall, the depth of the knowledge of each lecturer at the school was inspiring, sparking a desire to be as passionate and well-versed in my work as all the physics and soft skills speakers were, if not even better. Many new concepts were introduced in the talks which simply demand that I conduct further research into each one because of how engaging the possibilities presented were. The school was intense, but in my opinion, it was definitely worth it. Thank you for watching.